anak ng founder ng Hamas, mga sangkay, tinawag ang kanyang magulang na siyang founder mismo ng terror group na yan na Demonyo. Yan po ang ating alamin at pag-uusapan ngayon. Magandang oras po sa lahat ng ating mga kababayan, sa lahat ng solid Sangkay. Bago tayo magsimula mga Sangkay, pakisubscribe po muna yung ating YouTube channel. Sa baba ng video na to mga Sangkay, may makikita po kayong subscribe button. Pindutin nyo lamang po yan, then click the bell and click all. Ulitin ko, click the subscribe down below, click the bell and click all. At kung kayo ay nanonood sa Facebook, huwag nyo pong limutan na i-follow ang ating Facebook page. Sa ito mga Sangkay, mag-react po tayo sa isang video. Ito po. Anak daw po ng Hamas, na-realize niyang ang kanyang ama ay isang evil or demonyo, mga Sangkay. Tingnan po natin.
When did you change the view, or did you change the view of your father from, like a lot of us, we look at our dads, we see this hero.
Okay. Ulitin ko, ito po siya mga Sangkay ay isang anak ng founder. Hindi lang po basta miyembro, kundi founder ng Hamas. At marami po siyang isiniwalat dito mga Sangkay. Hindi po siya basta-basta, hindi po siya katulad ng ilan dyan na nagsasalita po na wala naman po talagang, wala pong hindi po katulad sa kanya mga Sangkay na hindi lamang po siya miyembro ng Hamas, kundi isa po talaga siyang anak ng founder ng Hamas. Na madaling sabi, para po siyang prinsipe dito. Kumbaga, kung gusto lamang po talaga niya ng pera, kapangyarihan, malamang nanatili po siya sa pagiging Hamas. Dahil sino ba ang papalit sa tatay niya? 'Di ba?
When did you change your view from my dad is a hero to my dad is a complicated man that could rationalize the deaths of a lot of people?
Of course, this is an evolution. If I tell you that there was like a moment to just figure out everything, then I would like for everybody in the Middle East to go through that moment to realize. But this is an evolution, and honestly, even up to now, it's very hard to see all sides of such a paradox. This is not even a paradox, it's the matrix of life itself. Where infinite forces of existence come in at play. And of course, through my study of myself, I came to understand, I have a better understanding of who my father is.
Yan na.
Of who my people are.
Yung my people, tinatawag niya mga Sangkay, ay mga Palestinians po yan.
Because if you understand the human condition, if you understand what it is to be a human and the human disease, basically, which we don't see things for what they are, then the person is able to understand better what's going on in the head of this man.
Mm-hmm.
What really motivates him, what really drives him, why is he doing all this? And I tell you something, my father and his likes, and I don't mean to disrespect my father by any means, I love him, but I don't respect him.
Nako.
That much. And at some point he was an inspiration, he was the freedom fighter, he was the one who's sacrificing his life in Israeli prisons and all that. But today I understand he just wearing a mask.
Nako.
A bunch of masks, by the name of the cause, the Palestinian cause, which everybody's cause.
Mm-hmm.
And by the name of God, or by the name of Allah, that's their God. Or by the
That's their God.
name of a certain ideology, or liberating the people, freeing the people. Every individual can have their own version of truth and hide behind it all the desires and the lust and the hatred and the human delusion. And my father is no different, I wish that he was of a higher understanding, to just see that he's just only driven by hate lust, anger, and delusion. And when an individual is blinded to that degree, they will cause harm, they will cause damage. And the mind will always find a way to justify its actions. You know, on one hand, he would kill and blow people up. On the other hand, says like, okay, we are defending our children. We're not killing others. We're defending our children. That's a lie. And the same mind that tells him the truth, the same mind that tells him the lie as well.
Tell me about, I don't mean to chuckle at this story, but when I think about it, it's almost a little bit funny because it's like your teenage moment here. You're 18 years old and you decide to buy a load of guns. First of all, what was that all about? That was like the worst plan ever, right?
Well, it's, again, I grew up in a jungle, full of just hate, not only, by the way, from Palestinian-Israeli hatred, also the rivalry of Palestinian factions within the Palestinian society, the PA versus Hamas versus Fatah versus Public Front and 10 other factions. We're talking about, if you don't have guns, nobody respects you in that culture.
Grabe.
And if you don't have power, they will crush you. Not like in the United States today. Everybody is under the umbrella of the American Constitution, even though this also can be manipulated, by some. But still, you've got law and order, you've got police, you've got government. There was no government. There were a bunch of corrupt politicians, bunch of corrupt, basically criminals, committing crime against humanity. So, to grow up in this type of environment, you should not be very surprised, that a child of that environment decided to go buy guns. It's not like, if I grew up in California, let's say in San Diego, then all of a sudden I decided to become a gangster and go buy guns. Yes, it's idiotic. But for that region, it's normal. Actually, when you have the gun, and the only language of the street is the language of the gun, then you fit right in. Today, looking back, of course, it was idiotic because I could have been killed easily. I was not that far actually from getting in real trouble. The guns got me in trouble. They got me in prison, and I spent 16 months in Israeli prisons. I was tortured. I was beaten up by soldiers. I was deprived from sleeping for months. I was...
Nakakaano mga sangkay, no? Kasi pinahirapan siya ng Israeli forces pero na-realize pa rin niya kung ano yung tama. 'Di ba? Pinadlak po siya sa Israel, pinahirapan po siya doon. Pero nakita niya po mga sangkay ang tama sa kabila po ng ginagawa sa kanya. Sabi pa nga niya may katotohanan kung bakit ginagawa ito ng Israel sa kanila. O sa mga hindi yung mga hindi yung mga civilian, kundi itong mga Hamas mismo na nasa sakote ng Israeli forces.
Tortured mentally and physically, that I still have marks on my face from that torture.
Ayun.
So, basically, I got in trouble. But all this trouble of my life, whether prison time, Hamas experience, in prison, outside prison, all those are the things that just taught me the biggest lessons of life.
Grabe.
Today, I praise life. I'm still alive. I fought, for my freedom.
Grabe.
And I found a life against all the odds of existence. And it's such a blessing. When I look back, it's really scary to just just remember the minefield that I was walking in. That you don't know. You could just step on the mine and that's it. But sometimes it's a blessing to go through a minefield, not knowing it's a minefield. And when you get out, then you realize it was a minefield. Otherwise, probably you would have not survived it.
So, ayun mga sangkay, sa kwento niya, klaro naman, no? Miserable yung buhay niya nung panahon na siya ay member ng Hamas. At miserable lalo ang buhay niya mga sangkay, lalong-lalo na kapag may hawak daw po siya na armas. Yun daw po yung nagdala sa kanya sa pagkapadlak doon sa Israel at kung papaano po siya mga sangkay naghabol ng buhay just to live, mga sangkay. Hindi po basta-basta, sabi nga po niya, hindi tulad ngayon. Ako ay, totoong nabubuhay bilang tao. Kasi, nung time na yun, mga sangkay, nabubuhay po sila because of hatred, lust, power. Kasi noon, mga sangkay, di ba, makapangyarihan po siya. Anak po siya ng founder ng Hamas. So, dito, na-realize po niya kung ano itong tatay niya. Tatay niya daw, mga sangkay, ay may nakatagong evil sa kanyang sarili. Not literally na parang demonyo talaga, pero kumbaga kasamaan ang sinasabi po niya mga sangkay. Sabi nga po niya, hindi po niya sinasabi to disrespect my father. Sabi pa nga po niya, mahal po niya ang tatay niya. Pero yun ang totoo mga sangkay na katotohanan na dapat malaman ng lahat mga sangkay. Itong Hamas ang siyang lumilikha ng gulo dyan sa Israel. Part of prophecy din po ito mga sangkay kung bakit nangyayari ito sa Israel. Pero, may pinanggalingan po ng kwento itong Hamas. No? Ang ginagawa po nila, pinifeed po nila yung maraming Palestinians, especially yung mga bata, ng hatred laban po sa Israeli. Magalit po sila. Tapos ang ginagawa po nila, hindi po nila pinapalago ang kabuhayan doon sa Gaza, Palestine, para po isipin ng mga tao na ang Israel ang dahilan kung bakit ganyan ang kanilang buhay. Mga sangkay, siya po tuwang-tuwa, no? Na nakalaya po siya sa ganung klaseng pagkakabilanggo ng kanyang sarili mula po sa Hamas. Well, ang dami na po niyang isiniwalat mga sangkay. I hope na ma-realize na po ng lahat kung ano nga ba talaga ang totoo dito. Kasi itong Hamas mga sangkay, kala po nila bayani, pero naku po, kita niyo naman mga sangkay, anak pa mismo ng Hamas. Ano po ang inyong komento tungkol po dito? Just comment down below. And now, I invite you, please, subscribe my YouTube channel, Sangkay Revelation. Hanapin niyo po sa YouTube. Then, click the subscribe, click the bell, and click all. Ako na po ay magpapaalam hanggang sa muli. This is me, Sangkay Janjan. Palagi niyo pong tatandaan that Jesus loves you. God bless everyone.